The conversation between the Liberal Intergovernmental Affairs Minister, who was found guilty of breaking the ethics law, and the Prime Minister, who's twice been found guilty of breaking the ethics law, saying, how are we going to quit getting found guilty? I know, we'll appoint my sister-in-law as the ethics commissioner. What a plan. It is foolproof, Mr. Speaker. My question, though, is when are they, the problem is pretty soon they're going to run out of family and friends, and after they do, how are they going to avoid their next conviction for breaking the law?
Fraudulent CERB recipients was the question. How many?
Minister.
9 million Canadians supported by CERB.
Member for Carleton.
So the only number we're getting was 9 million. When I asked how many people took the CERB that didn't live in Canada, if 9 million isn't the right number, which number is?
Speaker,
Minister.
maybe the honourable member would like to know about CEBA that helped over 898,000 small businesses survive.
Member for Carleton.
Why is the minister hiding the true number of people not living in Canada who got the CERB?
Minister.
Following a steep decline of 27% in the first half of 2020, corporate profits rebounded to 61% above pre-pandemic levels.
Member for Carleton.
Could we replace the minister with a cassette tape that we could just hit play on?
I guess that's a question for the minister. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm sure there's all kinds of technological advancements available, but I can tell you that the wage subsidy helped over 450,000 employers.
Member for Carleton.
5.3 million.
Is there a technological advance that might help the minister answer the question?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the rent subsidy helped more than 213,000 businesses stay afloat. That's good for all Canadians.
Member for Carleton.
Can the officials who are here today hand the minister a new script? He seems to be reading one unrelated to the questions.
We're not talking about some kid who made one mistake when he was 19. We're talking about people who do 60, 70 violent offenses. And then because they're criminals.
But why are they criminals?
Because they do crime.
And why do they do crime?
Because we let them out early on bail.
So because they
I think we've solved the riddle here.
But don't worry about crime, because Justin Trudeau's going to ban hunting, right? He's going to stop the hunters in Sudbury and Nunavut, and that's going to end. I actually asked him what he was going to do about the stabbings that are happening. He actually said he was going to ban guns. Seriously? Is he going to ban butter knives?
Important for the honourable member across the way to understand that our government helped 9 million Canadians who lost their job through the CERB.
Carleton.
They hand him a speech that they wrote for him, a bureaucrat wrote for him, and he just stays glued to it. I mean, why don't we just elect a robot to read off the speeches that are written by bureaucrats in the finance department? Because that robot at least would stick more tightly to the script than he has. If he doesn't actually have any answers to the factual questions, is it possible that he could be replaced with a robot?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate that the member opposite doesn't like the answers that I'm providing, but I know that Canadians do.
Violent gun crime is up 101%, right? Here's why. Criminals don't follow gun laws. You don't stop to get a possession and an acquisition license on the way to robbing a bank.
Consumer confidence that went to an all-time low. It's back. That's good for business. That's good for Canadians.
Member for Carleton.
One last time, FinTrack, which is responsible for monitoring monies that are misappropriated, organized crime and money laundering, indicates that many people receive the CERB even though they don't even live in Canada. I'm going to ask one last time, how many was that?
Minister.
The member knows that FinTrack is independent. What we know is consumer confidence is back. The people are able to pay their bills thanks to our historic investments in their lives and in their livelihoods.
Member for Carleton.
What has been the inflation rate for the price of land in the last year?
Minister.
I'm glad to talk about inflation because we know that it's a global phenomenon.
Member for Carleton.
Land prices are a global phenomenon. Does the minister realize that the land we have here doesn't come from the rest of the globe? It's already here?
Minister.
I think you can read Hansard, and as the honourable colleague can, I said very clearly, inflation is a global phenomenon.
Member for Carleton.
Landflation, how much?
Minister.
our inflation is in line with peer countries around the world. And in fact, we're doing much better than the United States, Mexico, and countries in the Eurozone.
Member for Carleton.
The question was about land price inflation. How much have land prices inflated in the last year?